Hi guys, I hope you're well. Today's presentation is for teachers who dread going into work due to challenging students who constantly drain and test them. Or it could be for the pre-service teacher who is well aware of the reality that there will be students who misbehave in class. Have you ever heard of the idiom, prevention is better than a cure? Meaning it's a lot easier to prevent a bad thing from happening as opposed to trying to fix it after it's already happened. This presentation looks at techniques for preventing student misbehavior. I always find in order to solve a problem, you first need to understand the root of its cause. Therefore, imagine this for a second. You get home from a long day's work, you're hungry, tired, there's washing to do in the laundry basket, dishes in the sink and dinner to be made. You start with loading the dishwasher, then sort out the washing, and then you get started on dinner. In the meantime, your partner gets home, or perhaps your flatmate. They soon get upset because either they can't find the TV remote, or perhaps the door has been left slightly ajar, which has let the day's rain in and unfortunately wet the floors or carpet of the house. The two of you erupt in an argument, which leaves you sad and angry, and you go to bed too distracted to eat. The next morning you wake up late, and all you have time for is to rush to work. Work entails teaching a class full of 8-year-old students. The lesson has started and one of your students has forgotten to do his homework. You end up yelling and screaming and you punish him with detention. Now, do you think this was a fair reaction? Do you think this particular student deserved this punishment? Or do you perhaps think that the aggressive response to the student not doing their homework was due to tiredness, hunger, and unresolved sadness, frustration, anger, and stress? The same reason adults misbehave is often the very same reason children misbehave too. They misbehave because their basic needs are not being met. This need is either not being met at home, in school, or both, meaning that there might be problems at home. It could be the teacher's school curriculum or school environment that is not meeting the child's needs, or a bit of both. Whichever it is, here are some techniques that will help avoid student misbehavior. They are building positive relationships with your students and yourself, planning and preparation, consistency and monitoring. Research has shown that positive teacher-student relationships can be seen as the foundation of what makes an effective teacher and should be based on mutual respect and trust. This is likely to be recognized and reciprocated by students in a way of complying with agreed-upon rules and being better behaved. Positive relationships also help ensure less chance of students being referred to special education programs and more chance of them graduating. In building positive relationships, teachers should try to treat all students as individuals, communicate clearly, use positive reinforcement, practice empathy, and have a sense of humor. Recognizing that students are individuals and taking a genuine interest in each of them will help teachers establish what good or bad consequences will be most effective for which student. An example would be keeping a student in during break time who normally enjoys socializing would have the desired effect due to the fact that they'd want to avoid this punishment. Communicating clearly. Good, clear communication is key in any relationship. Teachers need to make sure that they say clear instructions of what's expected of students. This way, students cannot talk their way out of doing what they are meant to. If students choose not to comply with instructions, they need a clear understanding of their consequences, meaning that they make an informed decision when they choose to misbehave. Positive reinforcement entails teachers concentrating, acknowledging and praising the positive things students do, as opposed to focusing on the negative. This, in time, should help good behavior outweigh the bad by students craving more praise than punishment. Another, empathize with students by trying to understand why they might be misbehaving in order to proactively fulfill students' needs before they start misbehaving. Also, use appropriate humor to help students feel more relaxed in class. Lastly, it's important to have a good relationship with yourself. Know yourself and know that being a truly effective teacher can sometimes take years to master. Therefore, don't put added pressure or unreasonable expectations on yourself, which may lead to you misbehaving by
Created using Powtoon.